You are welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm called Julie Charles, commonly known as Julie. If you are new here, you are welcome. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share my videos. Don't forget to press the notifications bell so that you'll be the first one to watch my videos that I upload. Bw'obanga oli mupya wano mukwano nsanyuse nnyo okulaba neera teweerabira subscribinga, likinga, commentinga, osharinga video zange neera teweerabira okunyiga ku notifications bell osobola okubeera nga yeggwe omu ku basooka okulaba video zange ze mba ntaddeyo. Webale nnyo. In today's class we are going to learn about how to cut a dress called dilla. Olunaku lwaleero tugenda kuba nga tuyiga okusala n'okutunga olugoye lwe bayita ddira, kiteeteeyi kye bayita ddira. Ddira eno ebeera kiteeteeyi kibeera free, ekitabo kifaanana. Abamu bakikola nga kya mikono mimpi, abamu bakikola nga kya mikono miwanvu, naye luno kino kigenda kubeera nga kya mikono miwanvu. Ngenda batwala ku sketch tulabe bwefaanana. Sketch yaffe eno back part. This is our back part, B stroke P. It will be having a trimming at the arms and down. Okay, ngenda kubeera ne trimming oba design wansi ku mikono ne wansi ddala obuwanvu bwe bukoma. Eno ye back part. This is the back part, and this one is the front part. Okay, front part, the difference is just the neck. The front part has the V neck with a trimming, as you can see. Okay, front part, a professional tailor should be using abbreviations F stroke P, front part. Okay. Then after that, I'm taking you the third step. Mbatwala ku step eyokusatu nga nkulaga engeri gye ngenda okuba nga mpimamu. I'm taking you to my third step to show you how I will be cutting my sketch, or I will be the way I am measuring my sketch. Okay, kati eno step eyokusatu ozinga olugoye lwo. Material yange egenda kubeera 3.5 meters. My fabric is 3.5 meters. I fold it into 4 pieces. Okay, so I'm going to start measuring. When you are starting measuring, you have to make sure that up here it's straight, it's on straight line, and here on straight line, as you can see. Okay, after that you measure your crossback or kabba. Olugoye lwaffe lulina kuba straight line wano ne straight wano, then otandika ne kabba. Kabba yaffe eri 16, crossback is 16. 16 divided by 2 you get 8. You measure 8 there. After 8 you measure half inch. Half inch is for sewing allowances. Okay, after that the neck is 3.5 by 2.5 front part. You measure 3.5 here, 2.5 here. Okay, remember I need this angle, so what is here I measure it here also. 3.5 here, 2.5 here, also 3.5 here, so that I can get this angle like this. After getting the angle, I curve the neck, as you can see. After curving the neck, this is the back neck. I draw a line from the neck to 1 inch here. I measure 1 inch from here to here. This is we call it slanting line. Okay, you draw a line slanting up to here. After that you measure 8.5 inches from the slanting line down. This line helps you to know where you measure your bust from. Okay, mpimye wano obulago 3 kitundu, wano nempimawo 2 kitundu. Bwe maze okupimawo 2 kitundu nenkuba ango eno eziri wano nzipima wano nsobole okufuna ango, then kavinga obulago. Wano napimye kabba 8 nenyongerayo half. Bwe maze okwongerayo half wano nempimawo inch emu nenkuba line eno okuva wano tuuka wano, tugiyita slanting line oba okuwunzika okuva wano nodda wano. Bwe maze wano nempima 8.5 okukka wansi. Eno line enyambako okumanya wa wengenda okupimira ki ekifuba kya client wange. Emala pima 8.5 nenkuba line wano. After getting 8.5, I draw a line here, as you can see. After that line, I measure my bust. Wano mpimawo ekifuba. Client wange ekifuba kiri 40. 40 divided by 4, beera nfuna 10. I mark my 10 that way. After 10, nenyongerayo sewing allowances. I normally add 2 inches. You can add 2 inches or 1.5. It depends. So 2 inches. After that, you have to draw this line straight, which means what is here should be here also. Okay, so here it was 8 plus half. This is 8.5. You measure 8.5 also here, so that you can get the straight line like this. After getting that, you measure your bust. As I said, bust is 40 divided by 4. You get 10 plus sewing allowances 2 inches. Okay, after that you curve your armhole that way. When you are carving the armhole, you have to get inside a bit, as you can see, like this. Okay, after that you measure from up to we call it half length or natural waist. Wano tupimawo okuva waggulu okutuuka wano mu kiwatowe omuntu wakutulira. Okay, she is 16. Naye bwe mba mpima half waggulu, I measure half inch from up, then I mark it like this. So when I'm measuring 16, I start from here. So this half inch will be a sewing allowance, like when I'm sewing up. Okay, then I measure 16 inches from here to the natural length. Mukitegedde, mpima 16 okuva wano kutuuka mu kiwato. Bwe malirizaawo wano line eno ennyambako okumanya ekiwato ky'omuntu. This line helps me to where I will measure my client's waist from. So our waist is 30. 30 is the normal waist, so I'm going to make 36. Okay, 36 divided by 4, I get 9. I mark my 9, then plus sewing allowances 2 inches. Okay, after measuring that, I draw a line from the bust to the waist, as you can see. After that one, I measure the length. Also the length, I start from this where I marked half inch. I don't count this half inch because I'm going to sew it from up. Okay, our length is 54. I measure 54 from here up to down. Then where the length stops, you have to add on sewing allowances. It's better to add on enough allowances. I normally add 2 inches. Okay, 2 inches. Remember, this one will be having a trimming down, but the trimming is not that big. It will be 1 inch. All right, so it will stay 2 inches. After stitching this, I put the trimming, even if it adds like half inch, because when you count 2 inches here, there I include the sewing allowances as I'm putting the trimming. You get me? Okay, or else if you're having like a trimming of 1.5 to 2 inches, or 1 inch, you can subtract that 1 inch from down. Okay, instead of adding 2 inches for sewing allowances, you add 1 inch only, because 1 inch here plus 1 inch for the trimming, that makes 2 inches. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to make 54 plus 1 inch. 1 inch here plus 1 inch trimming, that makes 2 inches. All right, then after that you draw a line where the length stops and where the sewing allowance stops. After that, you have to know the wideness of your dress. My wideness of the dress is 60 inches. Olugoye lwange lwonna obugazi wansi luli 6. Wano nabalaze nga nande mpima buwanvu okuva waggulu, hafu eno sigibala, mpima okuva wano, okuva wano mpima obuwanvu bwe bukoma 54. Bwe maliriza ngenda teekawo trimming ya inch emu. Kati inch emu eri kiba kitegeeza wano sirina kukola inch 2. Nina kukwata obuwanvu ngatteko inch emu. Inch emu wano bw'ogigatta ku inch emu eya trimming oba eya design gye ngenda otteekako, ziba zimakinga inch 2. Kiba kitegeeza inch 2, kati mba ngenda kukwatayo half inch nga nteekawo trimming yange. Mukitegedde? Yes. Oba si osobola okukwata obuwanvu n'osigala ng'okoze trimming nga oyongeddeyo sewing allowance 2 inches, n'omala okufoldinga olugoye n'ofoldingayo 2 inches ezo, then trimming n'ogiteekako obuteesi kungulu. Kitegedde? N'ogiteeka kungulu nga togibalidde ku buwanvu. Okay, ng'ekomera ddala wali olugoye bwe luba lukomye ng'omaze oddukugira. Kansubire nti ekyo kiri clear. Kati wano obugazi bw'olugoye buli 60. The wideness of the dress is 60. 60 you divide it by 4, you get 15. I'll measure 15 from here up to here. Then after 15, I add on my sewing allowances. Here you can add 1 inch, it's enough. After adding your 1 inch, you draw a line from the waist up to down, as you can see. Okay, then after that you measure your front neck, but don't make a mistake. You have to first shape the front neck. You have to first shape the back neck, the way I did it. Then after you mark the back neck, and when you are cutting, you have to first cut the back neck. After you separate the pieces, because I have folded it into 4 pieces, but after cutting there will be 2 pieces, the front piece and the back part. Okay, the front part and the back part. After cutting the back neck, you separate the pieces, then you get 1 piece, cut the front neck. Okay, so the front neck will be 3.5 by 5.5, and it's a V shape, as you can see. All right, so this is it for the dress. I'm going to take you through how I cut the sleeves. Wano mbadde mbalaga buno obulago, buno bwa maaso, then buno nga bwe mbagambye bw'emabega. Oba osala obulago osooka kumaakinga obw'emabega kuba buba waggulu. Bw'omaliriza n'opima obw'omu maaso, bugenda kuba bwa V, n'omaakinga V. Wano wagenda kubeera 3/4, wano 4/4. Kati bw'omalirizaawo n'oshapinga V yo, bugenda kuba bwa V, n'oshapinga V nga bw'ogiraba. Yes, ngenda batwala ku mikono. emikono egyo tugenda gikola nga emikono gino mugiraba obuwanvu bwagwo bugenda kubeera 22. Sleeve length will be 22. So you also fold it into four pieces. Okay. You first measure sewing allowances here 2 inches. After measuring 2 inches, you measure 22, the length of the sleeves. Opimye wano inch 2 ez'okutungayo, wano nopima 22 ez'obuwanvu bw'omukono. Yongerayo half inch, you add half inch for sewing allowances. After that, you measure the wideness of the sleeve. Okay, it depends on your client's size. But here I'm going to measure 10 from here to here, 10 inches. After measuring 10 inches, I measure this side around the arm. Okay, around the arm, it will be 9 inches. 9 inches, you divide it by 2, you get 4.5 inches. Okay, remember I've measured my allowances of 2 inches like this. Then here 4.5 inches. After marking 4.5 inches, here I've measured 10. Okay, here I've measured 22 plus 1, that is 22.5. You draw lines, this line and this line from 4.5. Don't forget to add allowances. Okay, 4.5, it stops here, like here. My pen is not working. So 4.5 stopped here, and I had to add 1 inch, okay, down, because I have to stitch the arm. 4.5 plus 1 inch, that is 5.5. So you draw a line from 5.5 to 10, as you can see. This is the line. After that, you curve your arm. So you have to be perfect. You have to try to be perfect while carving, like this, as you can see. Yes, after carving here, you come back here. This is 4.5 plus 1, 5.5. 5.5 is here. This is the length of the sleeves, and this 2 is sewing allowances. So from the sewing allowances here, you measure, if here it's 5.5, you add on half inch here. Okay, 5.5, so here you'll make 6. 6 is here. I don't know whether you get me. Here 6 plus the sewing allowances. Then here 4.5 plus 1 inch, that makes 5.5. So that I want this line. Okay, njagala line eno, wano watono ate wano wagazi. I'll show you while cutting the fabric. Nina balaga nga nsala olugoye lwaki nkoze kano akantu kanyambako okubeera nga bwe mba nkola hemu y'omukono ebalansinga. Okay, bw'oba tokataddeewo kano, if you don't put this, you will not get the arm balance. Your arm will not balance as you are hemming it. All right, so that's why I'm adding more half inch from here. Okay, so that is it. That is our sketch. Yeah, ngenda kubanga mbongerayo nga nkomola olugoye. I'll be showing you how I'll be cutting the fabric. Thank you. Wano ngenda kubanga mbalaga engeri gye ngenda okubanga mpimamu olugoye lwange. I'm going to show you the way I measure my fabric. Okay, remember I told you my fabric is 3.5 meters. I've folded it into 4 pieces, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 4 pieces. This is the straight line I was talking about. Here it has to be straight. Here it has to be straight. And here it has to be on straight line also. So I'm starting with the cross back, kabba. I told you it's 8. It was 16 divided by 2. I got 8. 8 plus 1 plus half, sewing allowances. Then after half inch, here I measure 1 inch slanting. Then after I measure the neck, 3.5. After the neck, I draw a line from the neck to the slanting line, as you can see here. Okay. Then after that, I measure 8.5 for the armhole. After that, I draw a line here. After drawing a line, I measure the bust. Our bust is 40 divided by 4. We got 10. 10 plus 2 inches sewing allowances. Okay. Wano bannange mpimyewo kabba ebadde 16 nga banyizaamu emirundi 2 nenfuna 8 nengattako half inch, ekitundutundu kya inchi ekyokutungayo. Nempima obulago 3 maze okupima obulago 3 nenkuba line okuva ku bulago okudda wano inchi emu eyakomye. Inchi emu nagipimye okuva wano waggulu okukka wansi, yo tugiyita slanting line. Slanting line yeno eva wano ku bulago paka wano inchi emu wekomye. Ndowooza mugiraba bamikwano. Kati bwe malirizaawo nempima wano 8 kitundu guno gunyambako okumanya wa wengenda okupimira ekifuba. Okay. Kati bwe maze okupima 8 kitundu nenkubawo line nempimawo ekifuba kiri 4 nga banyizaamu emirundi 4 nenfuna 10. Bwe maze okufuna 10 nemakingawo nenyongerayo inchi 2 ez'okutungayo. Bwe malirizaawo njagala nfune line eno ng'edda wano. Kiba kitegeeza eziri wano zempima wano. Wano wali 8 kitundu, kati 8 plus half inch. Pima 8 kitundu wano. Bwe mala ogupimawo nenkuba line okuva waggulu paka wano wempimidde ekifuba. Bwe malirizaawo eno kati nfunye angle, kati ngenda kumakinga armhole. Naye bw'oba omakinga armhole wano ogezaako okuyingirako munda. Okay? If you are marking the armhole, my dear friends, I've made this angle, so now I'm going to shape the armhole, as you can see. But when you are shaping the armhole, you have to get inside a bit, okay? Like this. After that, I'm going to measure the half length. Half length, as I told you, I measure half inch from up. I don't count it on my measurements. I press the tape measure there, then I measure 16 inches. After 16 inches, this line will help me to know where I'm going to cut my waist from. Okay? Eno line enyambako okubeera nga mmanya wengenda okupimira ekiwato. Jjukira nti ensuddeyo inch emu nempima ensuddeyo half inch, sigibalira ku measurements zange. Kati half inch weekoma wenteeka olukoba nempimawo 16. Bwe maliriza ekiwato kiri n'abagambye tugenda kukola 36. 36 gabanyamu 4 ofuna 9. 9 gattako inch 2 ez'okutungayo. Era nenkubawo line eri straight wano. Wemalirizzaawo nkuba layini okuva mu kifuba okudda mu west. Wemalirizzaawo ngenda kupima obuwanvu, era obuwanvu half inch eno sigibala, sigibala. Nteeka awo olukoba half inch weekomye, nempima obuwanvu, nabagambye bugenda kubeera 54. 54 weekomye, nyongerayo 2 inches eza sewing allowances. 54 wezikomye ez'obuwanvu, era nkubawo line eri straight. You have to get a straight thing like a ruler, or you can use your tape measure. Okay, nkubawo straight line like this. Okay guys, I measured the length from up, but remember I don't count the other half inch. Okay, after where half inch stops, I measured 54 up to down. That is my length, 54 plus 2 inches for sewing allowances. Then down here, as I told you, the wideness of the dress is 60. So 60 by 4, I got 15. 15 is that one. After 15, I have to add my sewing allowance. As I told you, 1 inch will be enough for me. I have to add it there, 1 inch. So after that, I draw a line direct from the waist up to down. Like that. Okay. This is the line from the waist up to down. After that, I've measured 3.5 here for the neck. The back neck is 2.5 deeper. After 2.5, I have also to measure 3.5 here so that I can get this angle. Maze pima 3 kitundu wano obulago wano okukka mpimyewo 2 kitundu. Njagala angle eno kiba kitegeeza era 3 kitundu nzipima wano. Bwemala okufuna angle nenkavingawo obulago bwange bwenti. Wemalirizzaawo ngenda kupima obw'omu maaso, naye bwe mba nsala ngenda sooka nsale obw'emabega kuba obw'emabega buli waggulu. Tokola nsobi ate n'osooka osala obw'omu maaso, kuba bw'osala obw'omu maaso olugoye oba olusse yakubanga obw'omu maaso buwanvu. Guys, I've measured 3.5 by 2.5. This is for the back part. Okay, so after that I'm going to measure my front neck. Remember I told you it's a V neck. 5.5. Then 5.5, I draw my V shape like this. Okay, but when I'm cutting, I'm first cutting the back part so that I don't do any mistake. If you cut the front neck first, the growth will be spoiled because the front part is deeper than the back part. So that's why I'm going to first cut the back neck. All right, I'm going to start cutting. As you can see, this is our This is what we've measured. You see? Yeah. So after that, I have to separate this. As I told you, this is 1 piece, 2 pieces, 3 pieces, 4 pieces. But when you separate them, the 1 piece will be for the back and another one will be the front. Zibadde piece nnya bamikwano, naye bwe nzaawuzzaamu piece akati paati emu y'emu maaso endala y'emabega. Ndoza mundaba nzaawuzzaamu, osobola n'ogiggyawo ddala ddala oleme kukola ensobi n'ogizinga nako bw'oti. This is the back part. I'm doing that not to make any mistake. So here I'm going to cut the front neck. Okay. Like this. After that, I'm going to cut the facing. We call it face. We call them facings. And that's a facing. These pieces will be inside. You press the neck like this. Press your neck. Omala pressingawo obulago nga bwe bwenkana, sala nga bwe buli. Ne wano osale nga bwe bwenkana. Then luno oluggyewo. Kati wano osale obugazi bw'oyagala munda facing ebeere nga yenkana. Tegeera. Okoze 2.5. Yeah, 2.5. Ne facing ey'omu maaso. Katunga nga kali munda kaba tekalabika. It has to be inside. That is the front part. I'm going to cut for the back part. Back part is here. Also fold it. Ozinga wano. You place it here. N'oteeka ku kagoye k'ozinze. You cut the neck shape, even here. Then here you measure your 2.5 inches. Ono obugazi opima 2 inches and a half. Ekitundu. Ndoza muziraba. Okasala nako n'okateeka ku lugoye lwo. Olina kuba ne pins. You have to be with pins so that you pin it there for it not to get lost. After that, we are going to cut the sleeves. ngenda kusala emikono. I'm going to cut the sleeves. As I told you before, nabagambye nti wano nakoze 10. So after folding it into 4, you have to measure here. 10 is here, okay? So now I can cut this one off. Nimala odusalako, ngenda kupima nga bwe mbagambye wano ngenda kukola 2 inches, 2 inches for sewing allowances. Nemaliriza nempima 22 sleeve length plus half inch sewing allowances. This is our sleeve. Here 2 inches, here 22 plus half inch. Remember here it's 10 inches. Then here 9 inches. 9 divided by 2, I get 4.5. After that, here 10. So if here it's 22.5, I subtract like 4 inches. Then 22.5 minus 4 inches, I measure it here, okay? So 22.5 is here, minus 4 inches, 2, 3, 4. This will be 18.5. From here, I measure 18.5. After that, I have to curve my armhole like this. Okay, I make a curve that way. After that, I draw a line from 4.5 up to down here. Remember 10, I include the sewing allowances down here, okay? The whole thing will be 10 plus the sewing allowances. So remember here also I have to add 1 inch for sewing allowances. 4.5 plus 1 inch sewing allowance. So a line should come from here to here, okay? Then after that, as I told you, if here it's 4.5 plus 1, that makes 5.5. Here I have to make it 6. So that you can draw a line from here to here, okay? Or else you can, after measuring here and this allowance, you fold it like this, okay? After folding it, you measure 4.5 plus 1 inch here. Then you draw a line from here to here. You cut it direct. It makes, after cutting, it will make this angle also, this one. So it depends on you what you like to do. Okay, so now I'm going to cut. So our sleeve is like that. What I'm trying to explain to you is this one. If you fold it this way, obviously it will be the same as you. If you fold it this way, you cut it direct, then after that it will be like that. Okay, wano wabeera wasingako wano half inch, sobole okubeera nga bw'oba nga okugira hemu yaffe eno kibalansinga. Yeah, this half inch helps us to make the perfect hemming. Okay, when you add half inch while hemming, it will be balancing. So that is it for today. I'll take you when I'm stitching. Thank you.